Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Let me guess, Vass, chief antagonist of Far Cry 3, does it go something like noun, a condition that might cause a man to leave a vicious, unpredictable animal in a flimsy bamboo cage right in the centre of his own tactically sensitive outpost. As recipes for disaster go, even a Michelin-starred chef would struggle to knock up something quite that spectacular. And yet, when we chatted to Dan Hay, producer on the game, he came up with something even less strategically sensible for players themselves to try.
You pull up on an outpost, and maybe you're on a quest, and you're kind of using the jungle as a weapon, and you're hiding in it. Maybe you got your sniper rifle out, a bow, and then you realize that you hear a big cat behind you, and you're being hunted. But wait a second. If you could start a fire, you can drive the cat towards the outpost.
Hold on a minute. Steering a tiger with fire. Were they all out of juggling knives at the hobby store, Dan? Did the active volcano bungee jumping centre go straight to voicemail? What's wrong with you? Still, as Seal once sang, we're never going to survive unless we get a little crazy, and that's certainly the case on Vass's island full of loonies. What Dan's trying to point out is that in Far Cry 3, there are no stupid plans, only ham-fisted executions. Something we proved when we finally managed to secure an outpost by swooping in on a hang glider, leaping onto a rooftop and detonating everything in sight. After approximately 7 attempts. Far Cry 3's outposts are part of the open world features that Ubisoft was showing off at Gamescom. Even more so than Far Cry 2, this game is a proper sandbox, rammed with activities, civilians and the aforementioned hungry wildlife. Your first step is to climb to the top of a radio tower and activate it in order to make the local area visible on the map, a feature we're calling that bit from Assassin's Creed. Once that's done, a laundry list of things to do will appear, from patient bow and arrow hunting missions to more frivolous jet ski races. It's those outposts where the game really shines though. Far Cry's trademark sandboxy combat is absolutely intact, allowing you to approach this settlement from any angle you can imagine, and the guns are just as punchy as any Call of Duty game. Dan Hay agrees that even though outposts aren't a critical part of the story, they are a critical part of the game.
The outposts are special for us because it's like Voss, who you met at E3, he's a personality bomb that's gone across the island. And now you see that outpost and you start to think, okay, if I can take that outpost, I can get inside, I can get my weapons, I can upgrade them, and then I can go out and wreak some real damage on the island. That's the goal. We've got a number of these outposts, over 30 across the island, that you can take over, and they become your hub, they become almost your castle. And then you're out in the world and you have this system where the AI they're alive, the game's alive, and it feels like you go around every corner. That was the promise that we wanted to deliver on. There's something different around every corner. I was playing the other day and the Rakia warriors get out after I take out the outpost. They get out and they're all celebratory, and then a civilian comes by and inadvertently runs over one of the warriors and starts a war. And you're like, it's just emergent, it just happens.
Whatever you do in the sandbox in between story missions, the results will be etched on your arm in a unique tribal tattoo. But given the rich history of ill-advised video game tattoos, is Dan Hay hoping some gamer will get a replica of his own tat inked?
That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. That would be very cool. I'd like to see that. Yeah, for sure. Maybe I'll get one.
Have a quick outside Xbox top tip though, on the house. Don't get the tattoo first, then phone up Ubisoft asking for a lifetime supply of Far Cry games, because we don't fancy your chances. Right, I'm off to catch a shark for that fish tank I keep suspended precariously above my bed, and we'll see you next time on Outside Xbox.